Hello guys and girls, it's Mr. Xbox Dylan here, and today we're going to be looking at a run where I got a sub 35 pace run. It was a pretty good run, to be honest, and I was kind of surprised that I had a run like this. So if we skip, let's see, I think it's like 30 seconds because that was a reset world. Yeah, I reset this world, and I delete some worlds here. But you see, I create a world, and loading up the ridiculously good seed that I got here, I was ridiculously. I wasn't expecting a seed like this for at all, to be honest. Because even though I've been resetting a bunch, I wasn't expecting any seed like this. So you can see I spawned in like a tiger biome or something, a snowy tiger or something like that. I believe that's what it's called. I immediately start off with the tree, mining a tree. I get 3 logs, as is typical of speedruns, and you just do your typical, crafting at the beginning. And I get straight into stone because, I got my X-ray on and I'm just really good at the game. So yeah, you can see that I'm getting all my stone and stuff pretty quickly here. Like, get everything I need sub 40 seconds. Well, not everything I need, but I get the basics, some of the basic stuff that you need. And I just start getting logs because I like to have a little extra logs, usually for boats and what's it called? Bowls and boats. Yep, you see me craft them now. And you can see that I'm looking around. I see nothing immediately. I'm looking like this is already looking like a reset, sort of. I see a cave there, but I decide to skip the cave. And go towards this direction, and I notice a village. So I start obviously going towards the village. The snow is slowing me down, so you know that's just how it is. There's a bunch of dogs here. I see the golem, so I grab some dirt. I don't know if I actually saw the golem, but I grabbed some dirt for the golem, like so I could pillar up, obviously. And I'm doing some pretty bad village routing here. I lose a few milliseconds, and you see I'm not even breaking beds properly. And I even drop that, and I thought I was gonna need smelt iron, so I grabbed that furnace. But that was a time loss of a small little time loss there because I don't end up using it. And I see the golem here, so I decide to pillar up, and obviously do the typical villager strat, where you just go killing the golem, nothing too crazy here. And you can see that this is a pretty slow village, already 2 minutes in. Usually you want to be looking for lava around about 3 minutes at minimum. But this is a pretty slow village. For some reason I decided to get more logs. I usually like to have a bunch of logs. I see that there's a blast furnace. I still think I'm gonna need to smelt iron here because of the fact that I really want an iron pickaxe here. Because basically I'm resetting for bastions, or I'm resetting for like classic runs basically. But I always want an iron pickaxe in case I get a bastion, because I mean I would rather a bastion over a fortress most of the time, because classic strats are a lot less reliable. They can be good if you do get the good luck. I look in that village, I see a room portal here. And it looks partially completable, so I'm going over here. I see that it has like I haven't seen anything too amazing, but I see that there's a room portal here, so I'm thinking, okay, well I'm probably gonna try and enter through that portal if it is completable. And I'm just trying to organize my inventory a little bit. You can see we're 3 minutes in and still haven't completed the village. This is usually not a good look, especially when you spawn right next to the village. If you're really good at village routing, it won't take you 50 years like it has me. I'm just checking my inventory, making sure it's all clean. I grabbed dandelions here. I didn't grab as many. I grabbed maybe 7. I don't know how much I grabbed. Okay, I grab a comfy amount of dandelions. And I look in this and I see that there's like 5 obsidian, which is pretty lucky, I imagine. And I get a flint, which is awesome because I think I only got three. No, I did get four drops from the iron. So I'm currently looking for I was looking for a cave, but I'm seeing like um, I see that there's like two gold here. This gold, grabbing this gold is kind of a time waste, but it's arguable if it actually, yeah, it might be a time waste. I could have entered the Nether sub 5 minutes if I wasn't fucking around this general. So you can argue. I see like a cave there, and I could have I don't know. I think I look in there, but I kind of just go, nah, I'm gonna enter the Nether. It's already kind of slow, so I see that this is all obsidian, so I decided to just mine this grind obsidian. This takes maybe 40 seconds, I think, something like that. So if I just did this at the 4 minute mark, it would have been a sub 5 enter, but now it's like basically a sub 6 enter, which is not really that good. When you have a mostly completable portal next to a village, that's usually a sub 3 enter if you route your villages properly, which obviously in this run I didn't. Um, but yeah, I'm just mining it. It's taking 50 years. It's already past the 5 minute mark. Um, and I'm just taking my sweet time here because I'm figuring if the Nether isn't good, I'm resetting anyway. So it's not the end of the world if I waste an extra 40 seconds. And I decide to use the rest of the obsidian. Um, I pillar up with a log, which I thought was pretty funny. Um, I'm taking like 50 years here to do anything. I'm like, um, but yeah, I'm looking around, sort of my inventory. I put on the armor. One of the armors have thorns on it. That might be important for later. So I entered a Nether. Um, it's a warm forest biome. Um, and I obviously write down the coordinates in case it's a classic run, but I really need to stop even bothering with doing that. A lot of the time, if a fortress is nearby, it's going to be close enough to your portal where you're going to know where your portal is anyway. I'm just figuring out whether I should sort my inventory. The world is lagging a lot right now. Like as you can see, I'm like really struggling to move without the game lagging. So I'll like pause the game because the game's just lagging, and I'm trying to let the game catch up with my computer right now. So I'm like looking around. I'm looking for a fortress or a bastion or any sort of structure, and I'm looking around, and it doesn't look too easy to navigate. I grab this warp fungi in case I come across a crimson forest, um, because sometimes hoglins are just annoying to deal with, and I don't have a lava bucket. And you'll notice that I did enter the Nether with no bucket. I made no bucket, but I figured that I was gonna need. That's why I did get the blast furnace. Um, so yeah, I go down here because it looks a lot easier to traverse this area. So I go down here, I see there's like a lot of Endermen, and that's probably just because they either spawned on the warp forest, or I got extra lucky and they spawned in the regular biome. Now, I spend a good like 3 minutes trying to kill Endermen here. This is all a time waste, by the way. Spoilers a little bit. This is all a time waste. I'm gonna let it all play out. Because I could, even though I could skip through it, I want to make sure all the footage is there. But yeah, I do skip. Um, I well, I do try. I usually grab one pearl, but I'm being a little extra greedy. Since there's like a few Endermen here, I figure like it'll take maybe a minute or two to kill them. Like it shouldn't take me that long to kill them, really. But I do end up wasting like 3 minutes around this section, which is all the time waste. And I just think it's kind of crazy how good this run is with all of the time waste that's in this run. There's like maybe 2 minute, arguable 2 minutes of like village routing wasted. 2 minutes of bad village routing wasted, and this Enderman just decides to get in the boat for me, which is really nice of him to let me just get in the boat and kill him really easily. Um, you'll notice that I am pretty low on food, despite the fact that I did have a village, but it is a snow village, it doesn't have the hay bales. But I am really low on food. I do have the dandelions, which are going to come in clutch later. They pretty much saved the run. If it wasn't for that, I can't imagine I would have had enough hunger to be going around the Nether. But it is possible that I still might have had enough food anyway, because 7 food for a really good never. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of waste. I think okay. I guess I decided to trade with this piglin. I guess my logic was like, then maybe there's a fortress close by, and I want to get my pearls. This was a time waste also. So I spent maybe 2 minutes, maybe maximum, or something like that, killing the killing the Enderman, and you'll see that I'm wasting my time with trading with this piglin, and you'll see why it's a time waste later, because even though this is a sub 33-minute run, this could have easily been like potentially 26 minutes or roundabout. I decided to make a shield, and you'll notice the title of this video. I lost this run because of a shield. Yes, that is right. Spoilers. It's in the title anyway, so it's not going to matter. But you see, I do have 3 pearls, which I think I killed maybe 4 Endermen or something. 4 or 5 Endermen. I guess I decided to kill this one. Um, so I don't know. I guess I'm waiting. I figure I'm waiting for the piglin to finish trading, so I might as well kill more Endermen. So I guess that was my logic there. Because if this was like, if I just got 1 pearl trade, I guess like 8 pearl trades in 1 trade, I could have had close to already enough, and if there was a fortress immediately here, then that means it's a pretty decent classic run, at least based on my pace. I got 4 pearls though, so I'm getting pretty good drop rates from the Enderman. I'm not entirely sure. I get blown up by the fire here. You can see I'm playing, at this point I've played this run really terribly. Even though it was a decent entry time for like on an average level, average enters are like 7 minutes. Those are not really good. They're really good if you got Ocean Monument. 7-minute entries are really worth it for like Ocean Monument strategies. But yeah, this ghast is just harassing me, not letting me chill out. I see that there's a bash in here, so you see that all that Enderman killing was all the time waste. I usually don't get close bastions like this, but I got well. I do get a decent amount of them here and there because I usually reset for good nevers. So obviously, if you force good nevers, you're eventually going to get one. It can take an hour. You can get 3 in 1 hour. Or it just really depends, and you can see it takes me like 50 years to sort my inventory. But yeah, I'm just looking at my inventory, trying to get rid of stuff I don't really care about. But this is a pretty accessible, like really the easy like treasure bastion to access. Sometimes they're over lava rivers or whatever you want to call them, lava pools, like massive oceans of lava, and that can really you can spend 2 minutes or even a whole minute or 30 seconds or something like that. I'm gonna need these brown mushrooms considering I only have 4 bread in my name right now. I see that that's this treasure section of the bastion, so I decided to go up where the triple chests are. Obviously I'm gonna like, well, not the triple chests, like all the chests that are up here, like yeah, they're not triple chests obviously, or whatever they're called. I'm not super good at bastion routing, so there's probably a good 2 minutes I wasted here. I think I spent 3 minutes bastion routing. You can see I'm like struggling to find anything to get rid of this. But yeah, it's taken me like 50 years. I just end up. This is all the kind of a time waste. Yeah, just how it goes. I was looking for a city, and I guess I decided to grab this helmet as if that's gonna make much of a difference. And I'm mining into these walls to grab the other chests. Well, I guess I decided to get the piglins trading, but because obviously you want to I should have been trading first and then do all the chests, because obviously otherwise you're just wasting time. So yes, it was a time waste. I don't know what I'm doing. I guess I'm looking at my inventory. I whatever. I guess I just throw that little bit of gold that I did have. But yeah, I throw this. There's like I don't know. There's a lot of piglins here. There's a bunch of them. I think I got pretty lucky with this treasure bastion, if I'm not mistaken. Like obviously gold didn't spawn there, but I think it spawned like in the most of the places that it should. Um, I'm not sure. Maybe I just got lucky. I don't know what the word is. Um, but yeah, I'm just like looking at my inventory, thinking of how can I arrange it so it's like easier to and I guess I just go over here and decide to get the gold over here as well because the bad thing about treasure bastions is they can waste your time, um, and that's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just really bad at inventory management, but I am trying to make sure I get all the gold. I'm not super sure where all the gold is. I know the general area basically, but I guess since I'm managing throw the gold here, and I think I decide to make the rest of the gold with like, cause you know this one gold ingot's gonna be make or break the run. That's just how it goes. I even throw away the rest of the ingots because I'm not gonna need them, and it's just gonna take up inventory space. So I get rid of them. I see that there's obby, and I don't have all the pearls that I want. And I obviously need fire resistance. I do have one fire resistance, but I usually prefer to have 2 to 3 fire resistance. I don't have a lot of string, and that actually means that the village was kind of necessary. I can't forbed the dragon. I'm not someone that can reliably, or even I don't think I can forbed the dragon. I'm just not at that skill level yet. But I get plenty of obsidian trades here. I think I have 10 obsidian already, so realistically I could leave the bastion now, and I think that's what I do. I think I saw that I had the 10 obsidian. Um, I'm looking at my coordinates, I see that it's positive, negative, and I'm just thinking, okay, which direction can I go? Because obviously I need to go a certain direction, and I guess I decide to go whatever direction this is. I can't remember exactly which direction this was. Um, and I see there's an enemy in front of me, so I look down. I throw one pearl over this direction. Um, I'm looking for a fortress or thing. I think this part of this might. I'm not sure if this is a dead. Yeah, if you look at my coordinates, it says 5 on the z-axis. That means there's not going to be any structures in this area, and I think I knew that, but I wanted to go in the opposite direction. So I see that that's lava, so I decide, okay, I'm not going to go that direction because that's just a dead direction. Because I don't want to, even though I got fire resistance, I don't want to be swimming in lava. It slows you down too much, and I'd rather just risk losing a fortress if it's in that direction. Even though this is incredible pace, like 16 minutes for me, even though it's slower than world record and everything, I'm not going for world record. Um, it is a really good pace on my runs, and I think I just get rid of this because it's just a waste of time. Um, but there is a lot of there's maybe like 4 or 5 minutes of time waste total, maybe more. Um, it just depends on what type of player you are. But obviously, I'm looking at this. I see that there's a fortress here. It's like hanging out a little bit, but this is a fortress. I see this, and I'm like, oh my god, let's go sub 17 fortress, awesome. So this is actually already faster than my personal best, like, because I already have all the pearls I need. And in my personal best, I didn't even have all my blaze rods by night. Like, I had all my blaze rods by 19 minutes, and I find the blaze spawner basically straight away because the blaze spawner was just already close. But yeah, I had 12 obsidian, uh, so plenty of obsidian to work with here. And I decided to just build up to this blaze spawner. Um, and you see that my axe durability is it's kind of bad because of the fact that I was killing Enderman earlier, and unfortunately stones don't have really that good durability. So it's gonna be pretty. I get like I don't know exactly how good my blaze rod luck is here. Um, it's like 8 out of 14, so it's kind of average because it's like a 50% drop rate, so I get slightly above average if you want to make that argument. I mean, it's not that much more than average. So yeah, you see I get melee twice, and that can kind of cuck you sometimes if you're nervous. I'm a little nervous, but I'm pretty comfy because of the fact that I do have 5 res, so I'm not too stressed out about that. Um, I'm seeing that my 5 res is only 30 seconds left. Um, But I decided to try and get rid of this extra blaze because it's just, you know, it's taking up spawns and stuff, and I might get a blaze rod from it. So, and it's not like it's super out of my way. This is easy terrain to navigate for a fortress. Like, it's pretty easy. I think I ran out of fire resistance by this point, but I do have a shield. Obviously I do regret making the shield because it did cost me to run, but I do have a shield. I guess I still had fire resistance by this point. It must have been like so close. I don't know. Oh, no, I do have fire protection boots. I don't know if that makes much of a difference, um, but yeah, I got fire protection 4 on one of these boots, so that's pretty good. Um, But yeah, this axe is about to break. You can see that it's pretty much done. If I got better blaze rod drops, it wouldn't have mattered. But obviously it's gonna come up because of the fact that I'm getting average blaze rod drops pretty much. I'm getting like not crazy good spawns. Like I just got good spawns now. I got 4 blaze rods, so it's still gonna like 3-minute fortress. So which is pretty slow. Like I've had like 1-minute fortresses before, where you just find the blaze spawner instantly, get all the good blaze rod drops. But yeah, obviously that's not what's happening here. So I'm still just like sorting my inventory. I'm looking to see if I have stone. I'm thinking, man, this is gonna be annoying. I don't have enough iron to make a stone axe or even a stone sword or anything like that. So I literally just started killing the blazes with my goddamn stone iron pickaxe, which is pretty funny. I think it takes like 3 or 4 melee attacks to kill a blaze with a critical hit using a stone pickaxe, iron pickaxe. Something like that. I'm not. I guess 3 hits. 3 hits with a iron pickaxe. I have 7. I could leave with 7, but I don't want to. And it drops 1, and I think that's me. I'm out of here. I do think I spend a little extra time. I could realistically blind here. Like, you see the coordinates are little, they're not optimal. I mean, 300 on the x-axis and not nearly 100 on the, so I want to go closer, a little closer to 200. But realistically, I could have left, I probably could have left here, but I didn't do that. I just, even though it would have been insanely, I don't know how much extra time I spend. I'm like looking at my coordinates. I'm trying to look for like a good area to blind or whatever. I'm thinking, is here a good chords? I mean, yeah, it is actually pretty optimal chords to go there, but for some reason I didn't do that. I decided to go a little bit further. This is not super optimal coordinates. I think I just wanted to be higher. Maybe that's the reason I decided not to. But I decided against it. I don't know why. I've wasted pretty much a minute looking for like optimal coordinates. You need to just make your portal instead of thinking about it too hard, because um, you're just gonna be wasting your time. So I decide, for whatever reason, I guess I just fuck it. I'll make it here, and if it's bad blind travel, then it's bad blind travel. Because I don't want a run that's on this good pace to be like bad blind travel. And obviously it isn't bad blind travel, otherwise it wouldn't be sub 33 run, basically. So yeah. And I don't think I don't have flint. Well, I do have 1 iron, so that actually having that 1 iron, like ironically enough, grabbing that iron from that chest literally saved the run. Because I didn't have fire charges, I don't think. I don't think I had fire charges. I might have already had them before, but I didn't have them in my inventory at this point in time. I do have plenty of pearls. I have like a few extra pearls to throw, but obviously I don't want to waste all my pearls. Well, ender eyes or whatever you want to call them at this point. I should have gotten rid of the shield. I don't know why, but I put the shield on. I don't know why I did that, but that pretty much, I might as well have. I wish I didn't do that, because as I said, I lost this run because of his shield. And you'll see why later. So this is why top level runners, I'm imagining top level, besides the fact that it takes less skill to use the shield, I mean, it is a shield, obviously, and shields are kind of overpowered. And you see I'm pretty far out on a Z and X axis. X and Z axis. So I'm thinking the stronghold's probably really close. I decided to grab some extra cobblestone because I want to make a axe. So yeah. And I guess, like, I'm trying to make my stone axe. I'm kind of nervous at this point. And that's part of the reason why I'm fucking up. Like, I'm taking 50 years to find my wood. But this is, I guess, one of the good things about having plenty of wood is you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, you see, I'm a little nervous. My triangulation isn't crazy good here. Like, it's not mediocre or terrible by any means, but I'm not as good at blind travel as top level runners, obviously. Otherwise, I would be a top level runner. Or arguably, I would be a better runner than I already am. Maybe not a top level runner. But you see that I think my Z is basically the same. I think, okay, well, is it here? Because I'm already thinking I'm pretty far out, and I don't want it to be over this mountain. So I'm really hoping that it's not over this mountain. Um, and it turns, it's still in the direction of the mountain, and I'm thinking, man, please don't be over this mountain. So I go towards this lava pool, obviously past it, and I'm just checking my Z corners, trying to make sure I don't go too far off the course of where the ender eye throw was. You can see I went to go put my bucket down, but it probably would have just wasted more time than it would have saved, really. So I'm just getting up this hill. It's kind of annoying. I could have thrown a pearl here. I mean, there wouldn't have been really no harm in throwing a pearl here. But I've had a few runs that do die to full damage, and I've never had a run like this. And the stronghold is like really close. Um, like this was actually pretty good blind travel. Like I wasn't expecting the blind travel to be this good because it wasn't optimal coordinates. I usually like to leave around 270 to like or 250 to 70 quartz, like in the Nether. Those are the quartz that I usually like. I'm just getting some extra food. I decided to push this sheep and then eat him. Um, but yeah, I'm like going a little far. I want to just make sure that it's here, and if it's not, I'm probably gonna have to go to this mountain. But I'm really hoping it's not this mountain. Um, but this was ridiculously good blind travel. Because you'll see in a sec, I only have to throw like a few eyes. Um, and it turns backwards a hard 180 or whatever. I'm not entirely sure exactly. I'm not good at stuff like that. But yeah, I for some reason I decided, yeah, no, I don't want to take that slight full damage. But I am pretty low on food. I could have killed that pig, but it was close to water, I think, so I decided not to do that. But I figure I don't want to, it's pretty close. It's like really close. Um, it is a really far out stronghold, but I'm already really far out because of the blind travel that I did. Um, so that's pretty much, if it wasn't good blind travel, would have killed the run. Obviously, that's just how these types of runs work. I get like a lot of 1,000 plus blind travels. So this was a pretty lucky stronghold, even blind travel. I mean. And I'm thinking, okay, where is it? Where is it? It's really close. I know it's close. Like I'm being a little extra. Like I'm using the eye a lot because I just wanna like. It's not breaking, so I'm getting pretty lucky. Like I've had it where like all of my eyes break in a row, and I've had times where it just doesn't break after 10 uses. Sometimes you get lucky, and obviously points down here. So I'm thinking, okay, it's in this chunk. So go to 4 4 4. I shouldn't have gone to 4 4. I should have gone to like 4 5 or 4 7. But yeah, I decide go 4 4, dig down. Um, but yeah, also that shield man. So dig down as you will in a run like this. Pretty good pace, like less than 30 minutes right now. And as I said, I do obviously find the portal room pretty fast since I said it's sub 33 pace. I do take decent amount of fall damage. As I said, I probably should have gone exactly 4-4. I knew this was probably where it was. Like, I mean, I was definitely in the right chunk. So yeah, I'm looking, seeing if if the portal room's just right here or somewhere. It's not. I'm looking in different directions, seeing. Okay, is it this way? I look to see. I don't know what I'm doing. This is pretty funny. I go to put it on and I decide. I think I even decide against it, and then and that like I'm wasting time here. What am I doing? Like, I was really nervous at this point though. I was pretty nervous, so I was making obviously plenty of mistakes that make no sense. Like in a real run, you would never. And I was gonna, if there was nothing here, I would have obviously just turned around. That's what I would have done. Um, I'm like annoyed by this silverfish, but I'm just like trying to organize myself. I'm obviously pretty nervous here. Um, place all my eyes here. Um, no more fish spawn, and I just go. I throw my eye here. Um, obviously the end island thing is pretty close, so I just bridge to it. I think I'm trying to get rid of. No, I should have kept hitboxes on because I need to turn that back on now. But yeah, I'm pretty nervous. I'm organizing my beds because I'm hoping for a quick perch. But I'm obviously really nervous. I'm pretty confident to 7 bed the dragon. I do have, no, I actually do need that crafting table, so I'm gonna end up, I do forget that I have a suspicious stew. I think I might have like 1 or 2, I can't remember. Um, I go, oh yeah, I don't have my stone axe, so I'm not even gonna bother. I mean, I don't need my crafting table by this point. Um, but yeah, this was a not a crazy good end. I mean, there's better ends in terms of layout, so it's easier. I'm just making sure I can place my bed. I should have taken the shield out of my hotbar, well, out of my second-hand slot, because it's obviously what costs a run. If you go over the footage, you'll see why the shield costs a run. It's perching now, which I thought was crazy. I've never had it perch this quick before, so obviously I was pretty stoked about this. But I was really nervous. I felt like pausing, but yeah, I just didn't. And you'll see. So and I try to place a bed 2 separate times, and it's not because I'm missing the thing. The shield is actually is activating instead of me placing. That's pretty much and I lose the run because of that. And that's pretty much the run. Like, there's nothing else. Like, I could have killed the crystals, and I probably could have got a sub 40 or maybe something like that. It would have been a really bad maybe sub 40 or around about 40-minute time. And I didn't want to get a run like that. It's like I have a 1 cycle to dragon or I lose a personal best. That's just, and at this point, I'm really annoyed at myself. I'm really pissed off. I'm just like, I was really nervous, and I felt like at the time I lost that because of nerves. And you can make the argument that I did, and obviously I think I need to do better. Um, but I'll going over it. The shield definitely didn't help, like that's for sure. The shield did nothing for me. I'm thinking to make a bow, but this is obviously all extra stuff. Like, this is all extra. I mean, I decided to reset after this because it's like, why even bother? I mean, there's nothing I can do. I think it like purchases again to taunt me or something. But yeah, I'm just like so disappointed. I'm like, man, look at this time. This would have been sub 23 or even sub 22. It probably would have been sub 22, but it was actually insane. Um, and I do the seed, and that's the seed, and that's the run. Unfortunately, um, it was such a good run. I was really happy with the seed, bucketless entry with a roam portal, um, quick bastion. I mean, there's obviously some time loss. It could have been sub 30 pace without the Enderman killing at the start. and slightly faster village routing. Like there was maybe 2 minutes wasted on the village, um, and obviously less fucking around like with the room portal. Slight optimizations in like quicker decision making skills will obviously lead to better times. So this could have been sub 30-minute pace, which is actually kind of crazy considering like it just shows how a good seed can obviously make a like even arguably bad players get good runs, which is kind of funny. Like I wouldn't consider myself a bad player, but it can make a bad player arguably get a good run just because they get good enough luck. Obviously, you still need to have some level of skill to beat the game pretty fast. But yeah, I don't want to say bad players. More like just you know less around about average might even be a better word to use. Because I'd say I'm probably around about average, an average Minecraft player. But I'm really upset about myself, and that's the seed, and that's the end of the run. And I hope you all enjoyed this video. Um, Hopefully I get another run like this and don't choke it next time. And obviously I'm gonna get PTSD the next time I use a shield. But this is a learning experience. I obviously, even though I'm upset and annoyed about this, losing a run like this, I mean, best time I've ever had, crazy good run. I might be resetting for more runs like this because it's really nice to have a run like this where you're on really good pace and you're going to crush your PB. My current PB is like 1 hour and 18 minutes. So I would have beat my personal best by like a good 50 minutes. It's crazy. Like easily, it's more than 50 minutes. It's like something around about 50 minutes or something slightly more than that. But insanely good time. This would have been an awesome run. I would have loved the personal best on this, but I just didn't. And unfortunately, you get runs like this where you don't. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna personal best eventually. I've had sub 50-minute runs in the past 2 weeks, sub 40-minute runs, a lot of sub 40-minute runs, maybe 4 in the last few days even. But this is the best run I've ever had, sub 33. Honestly insane. Probably sub 32. I mean, if you look at the time when I would have killed the dragon, I mean, uh, like in theory, if we just theorize the exact time I would have killed the dragon, just a little theory, yeah, it would have been sub 33 because it would have been, or maybe sub 30. If you stop the timer around here, it probably would have been above one. It would have been 31, like 20 or something real time, and or something like that. Yeah, it would have been a minute because it takes 10 seconds to kill a dragon or round about less. Like it's either 10 seconds or less. It depends on how many beds you use, how you're killing a dragon. I know some people might be triggered that it didn't decide to kill a dragon in a different way, using the normal method instead of this is like an outdated killing dragon method. But I don't care. This is how I'm comfortable killing a dragon, so that's what I'm gonna do on runs. And if people really have a problem about it, they can cry river, I really don't care. But yeah, it would have been around about 31:15 real time, maybe something like that, and maybe 30. It could have even been sub 31, but I really don't know. The in-game timer around this point was already. It would have been maybe sub 31 in-game time. So pretty crazy run actually. I'm really happy with this. Even though I did lose the run and choke it a little bit, I'm pretty upset about that, but nothing you can do about it. Anyway, hope you guys have a good one and hope you enjoyed the video. Bye.